Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give you a bit of an update about the list of the so far confirmed casualties on the Iranian side inflicted by the US and the Israeli forces. This is based on the reports that we're having as of now from numerous sources, but it's very hard to know exactly the numbers, obviously, so we're going to try to give you some kind of a idea. Of course, take it in some kind of a in the perspective that it is that there might be probably more that we're just not aware of it right now. The first one is just one that made me very, very much sad to say, but it did amuse me a little bit. So the Iranian regime, after losing their Ayatollah Khomeini, went and elected a new Ayatollah, Afari, and he has been appointed acting supreme leader of Iran after Khomeini's assassination. He'll lead until a permanent successor is formally appointed. That's kind of a joke that is running around the internet, but it seems like he was eliminated quite fast after. The same thing happened with Hezbollah, by the way. So it looks like, I don't know how, but it seems to be that the Israeli Mossad have somehow managed to find out exactly where these people are at any given moment. This is like sci-fi technology, the way that it's doing. Again, some things might really happen, might not happen, but this is the opening scene for right now. Now let's run to the more confirmed names and numbers that we have. Which Syrian figures have been killed so far? On the top of our list, we have, and I'll show you here, we have Ali Khomeini, which is supreme leader. It's funny that a guy that spent the last 40-something years talking about waging war against America and Israel ended up dying in the first 2 minutes of the war. For those of you who want to get some context, imagine if Hitler was eliminated in the beginning of World War II. He comes out, I don't know, talking like German, shouting and going around wanting to attack the West. They invade Poland. Everybody is shocked. Oh my God, he invaded Poland. What are we going to do? Bomb. Oh, okay, he got eliminated, guys. No worries. Israel took care of him, or America took care of him. So that is the equivalent of Khomeini dying in the beginning of the war. He just started the war that he's been talking about and building his nation for all this time and prompting them, and bomb. First thing, he is the first one out. He doesn't even know what's happening. He's under the rubble eating dust. Then we have Muhammad Papkur, which is the commander of the IRCG. Then we have Ali Shekmani, secretary of Iran's defense council. Amir Nasrallah, defense minister. Amir Nasruddin Dih. Abdullah Rahim Mosouvi, Iranian military officer. In the first attack that they did on the compound, apparently there were reports are saying there was about 40 officers. Some are saying there were 200 that were killed in that attack. Khomeini basically moved that meeting several times. He thought that he was being safe from the Israelis, called again all the leaders to come and be around him, and they all got assassinated at the same time. The beginning shot of the war. More people that apparently were reported to be killed, but unconfirmed. Mujabta Khomeini, Iranian cleric. Ismail Qaani, Iranian general. There's something interesting about this guy. Majid Musavi, RC Air Force chief. Saleh Asadi, senior intelligence officer. Mohammed Shirazi, head of Khomeini's military bureau. Hussein Jabal Amital, with the chair of the Research and Development Agency of Iran Defense Ministry. Raza Muzarhafania, Claire of Research and Development Agency of Iran's. This is all thanks to the Middle East Eye. They've made this really nice, kind of easy to read report. So I thought I'm going to be using that. So thank you guys. And to help you understand a little bit what's happening. Few more of the names worth mentioning is Masoud Pazashin. For all the Iranians out there, except these guys, I don't care about them. I'm sorry if I'm butchering some Iranians' name here. Iranian president. Ali Larijani, secretary of the Supreme National Security Council. Honestly, I don't know if any of them was really doing their job. I think they just have a lot of titles. I think most of their job was to go in these conferences in the Iranian parliament and just burn Israeli and American flags and chant death to America. I think that is the furthest that they took the responsibility towards their nation and their people. I don't think they really did any governing things aside from just chanting death to America, death to Israel, and plotting how they can destroy Israel that is a way, way superior nation than they are. Like literally in technology. I mean, Israel is right now having the laser beam, Jewish laser beams going around and taking Hezbollah rockets as they fly in Lebanon. They don't even get like taking mosquitoes out. We are fighting Star Wars and they're still riding camels in the desert. So it is a bit embarrassing that they have even these titles, but let's keep reading. Abbas Argahichi, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ghulman Hussein Muhassin Ijli, head of the judiciary. So that guy probably executed a lot of people. And Muhammad Baghar Gehilbar, parliamentary spokesman. Now, a few more. This is a translation that I added to you right now, just from the last show until now. I've been getting so many videos and reports, and I need to choose which one I want to show you. So this is coming from an Arabic radio channel or TV channel, and they're showing this image, which I believe to be AI. I'm almost certain it's AI, but I don't know. Apparently, there is a picture. So if the Mossad was able to see a picture and confirm and send it to Bibi, so maybe some of the pictures leaked, but I don't think it's this one. Anyway, they're coming and confirming in Arabic a very interesting statement. I put subtitles for you. Let's hear it.
مشاهدينا نشير إلى أن وكالة فارس أكدت أن الحكومة أعلنت الحداد 40 يوما على مقتل خامنئي وهذه هي
40 days of mourning. And this is the image from the television.
فيها مقتل المرشد الأعلى علي خامنئي في الضربات الإسرائيلية الأمريكية التي نفذت صباح أمس.
So in the Arabic, media, they're saying this is the official picture, and they're saying that they're gonna mourn for him for 40 days. And again, I think it's AI, but let's see. Most likely, he looks more like Sinwar look, was like completely deformed, looked like a camel just stepped on his face and broke everything around. But maybe he did ended up like this in the rubbles, and they found him. So this is a historical tipping point, guys, but this is something interesting. That's something that was done by the IDF, showing you the intelligence compound of the Iranians, where they were running the government of this whole operation against Israel, against America, against the West. So next to it, they also attacked the operational center of their Air Force, Iranian Air Force, and the area where they have all the ballistic missiles. This is basically the Pentagon. That's the Pentagon of the Iranian Tahar Allah and of the Revolutionary Guard. And it was also in charge of the stability of the government. When we say stability of the government, we're talking about oppression. That's when you hear the word stability in the Muslim countries, most of them, that means how they oppress their people. They never talk about stability of the people. It's stability of the palace, stability of the leaders, stability of the Ayatollah. How can they have stability on the blood of their citizens? That is what people need to understand in the West, when Muslim world, when Middle Eastern countries are talking about the stability of a regime. It's never the stability of the citizens. And that's why it's so hard for Westerner to understand that, because they've never been there or haven't lived there. Or when they went there, they were fooled by giving some baklawas and a tour on a camel and a few pictures with a Bedouin guy. And they believe, oh, they're so friendly and so nice. They have no idea how miserable they are in most countries in the Middle East, and how corrupt it is. Extremely corrupt, extremely religious, extremely fanatic, extremely misogynist, extremely racist. Most Muslim countries in the Middle East, that is the situation. Don't let anyone fool you. I'm telling you that out of experience, of someone who's been there, lived it, saw through it, grew up in it, literally went through the whole shebang of learning how the Middle East. And in my military service, I served in these places so many times. I speak the language. I know what I'm talking about. So stop listening to some woke Samantha somewhere, or Karen, or Nick Fontlisi, and listen to people who know what they're talking about. So that's where they used to massacre their own people, torture them. That's what the IDF is saying. This were for the last tens of years, where they used to do the massacres and the killing of their own civilians, and also building a plan to genocide the Israeli people. Genocide. We're talking about nuking Israel and killing it with all of its civilians, Muslim, Jews, Christians, doesn't matter what, Druze. Now, here's an interesting fact. People are talking that this guy might have been a Mossad agent. I'll tell you why. Because it seems to be that he survived this attack as well. It seems to be that he survived the last attack as well. It seems he had a flu. Every time something happened, he just disappears. So there's a lot of rumors circulating that's saying, is he the Mossad guy that is really, really high there and giving the information? How come he managed to survive and everybody else didn't? So, I mean, he was also witnessing when they eliminated Nasrallah. He was one of the closest ones in that area that came out just before the elimination. And later on, he was already interrogated for the allegation of betrayal, of working for the Mossad, and he had a heart attack during the investigation. And then they felt really bad for him, I guess, and decided that it's probably not him. So he was tortured, he was kidnapped, he was beat up, and that's him crying in the funeral of Nasrallah. And when everybody around was also eliminated in the Revolutionary Guard leadership in the 12-day war, he was not. And he's a very high leader out there. So people are starting to thinking that Qaani somehow managed to evade and escape. It's just smelling very, very fishy. So that's one of the names that we don't know. Yeah, some people say that maybe it's Helicopter or Eli Cohen of Iran. It could be, guys. It could be. I would have not been sharing that with you if it was top classified secret. It's literally out there. There's so many memes about it. So why not join the party? Now, a little bit just to give you some kind of picture of how the Iran military looks compared to the USA. Again, this is just illustrations that were done in the internet, but they relatively give you some kind of an idea. The military aircraft, the US have 13,034, while Iran have 551. And let's just be honest, one of the US aircraft and their pilots probably worth 100, if not even more, Iranian. So with technology and training. So that's really, really bad luck for them. Trainer aircraft, I don't know why they put this here, but maybe they want to use some trainer aircrafts to go and, drop bricks and toilet seats at one another. World War I style. Iran 104, US 2647. And then we have Naval Fleet, USA 440, Iran 101. Obviously, the US not only in numbers, but also in quality and quantity and size. Armor fighting vehicles, Iran have quite a lot. 65,765. The US have 391,900. For those you don't know, when I used to talk with a lot of my counter partners in different armies around the world, including US, we used to always laugh about how powerful is the US Army. The US Army can literally wage war against the entire planet Earth together and win that war in terms of budget, logistics, equipment, training, and etc. We're not talking, nukes aside. That's how large they are. That's how big is their budget. So it just doesn't look good for the Iranian. Iran have about 1,996 tanks. The US have 4,640. And self-propelled artillery, they have quite a lot. US 671. Transport aircraft, Iran 86, US 918. Here's another interesting thing that happened during the war. We're going to give you just a quick run-up. I made a video about it before. US Strike Eagle, the F-15 was shot down by a friendly fire in Kuwait. Pilots alive and rescued. They think it was a friendly fire. They're still doing an investigation. I've shared a whole video about it. That's the pilot, one of the pilots when he survived, and he was taken by kind people that helped him. By kind people that helped him go to safety. It looks like he was shot. Looks like his airplane was shot over Kuwait and quite in a low altitude. So I'm thinking it was more of a mistake of identification than an attack by the Iranians themselves. 2 dead, 14 injured in an Austin bar terror attack. Shooter was wearing a Property of Allah shirt and a Quran, and he went around, a Muslim American citizen, went around killing. Horrific scenes. I'm not going to show you the videos, but there is a scene that looks like taken straight out of a movie where you see a female and a few other people just trying to give CPR and save people on the floor as they're screaming for help. We also know that there was a serious attack on the U.S. Embassy in Pakistan, where there's about 22 dead and more than 120 injured from the Muslims, the Quran loving, peaceful Muslims that went there and charged like a bunch of idiots on a bunch of Marines that had other plans today than being lynched by these barbarians. So the Marines and some local forces opened fire at them and just massacred them. And then they were running around, Allah Akbar, crying for help and pretending to be victims. And I'm sure some woke people will jump on it back in the US. The real question is right now is, what would Tucker Carlson say? Because now Qatar is upset on Iran. So Tucker, who want to defend Iran, will find himself also want to not upset his employees. So it's going to be very interesting to hear the statement that will come out of this numbskull's mouth. But until then, guys, this is some updates about what's happening here in the Middle East. I got to run, pick my kid from school. And once I'm done with being a father and being a family man, I will do my best to come and give you another update in the end of this day about what is happening in Iran with the US, with Israel, and with everything in between. We also opened the new front with Hezbollah. Last number teasing. Oh, wow. Ainora is saying that the latest number is 35 plus casualties in Karachi, Pakistan. Fafu, F around, find out in the best way possible. Thank you, Nora, for this update. Yeah, the numbers are going to keep growing. And like I said, we're trying to give you that as it's happening fresh. So if I get anything wrong, please correct me. Please let me know. Please share it. And I'll be more than happy to come and correct it or even apologize if I got something wrong. I'm trying to do my best here to do the research, make the videos, edit them, put them out in real time while I'm doing everything in between. And also, if you want to help support my channel so I can keep doing this work for you, then go and check my Patreon with practical ways where you can financially support the work that I'm doing, because after all, I'm doing this for free and out of my own free time. But until then, don't forget to do the like, share, subscribe, click the bell. Click the bell, guys. It will give you a notification. It's no cyber, nothing Mossad here. It will just give you a notification that my show is about to start or started, and you can come and watch it. I'll be doing mostly live shows right now because there's just a lot of things that are happening. My family is in a bomb shelter in Israel. I have some friends in Europe that are stuck and can't go back to Israel to their families because they went to visit some friends, and I'm going to be helping them to host them in my house. And also, I'm going to be hosting a Purim party for my Jewish friends and neighbors in the area. So it's going to be quite a busy few days trying to give you all these reports, but I promise you, I will be here up and live once, twice, 3 times a day to come and give you some reports, even for a short time. But until then, guys, stay safe, don't do anything stupid, and see you next time. Enora, you're a legend. Thank you so much. And anyone here that joined, Tucker Carlson, exactly. Good day, man. Good day. Good day, Ju Noel Guru. Ju Noel. Ju Noel Guru. Good day, man. Thanks for coming.